I'm back out in the Pe-2 for the next mission of my Stalingrad campaign. It's the 22nd of September 1942. And the mission today is to bomb an enemy airfield. It's quite a long way out from Fedorovka west and then southwest to target a short distance into enemy territory to carry out our mission and then egress back to base. We join the mission as we are approaching the front line. The river system we can see there is roughly where the front line is at the moment. And there are a couple of planes around. There's a pair of planes off to my 11 o'clock. Not sure what they are at the moment. There's a couple of planes there to my 1 o'clock as well. So probably as we go across the front line, might be a few bandits that come up to take a look. We're creeping up to 3,000 meters altitude. Got the sun in our face, which is not ideal. Those two planes to my port side, they're about 10 kilometers away, I think. Look like they might be co-out or climbing up to our altitude. We do have escort fighters hovering above us. We're about to hit 3,000 meters altitude, which will be our bombing altitude. So I'm going to go wings level here and keep an eye out to my port side for those two probable bandits. You can see Stalingrad in the distance there as well to my 9 o'clock. As we pass over the front line, the escort fighters have broken off to engage the two planes that I spotted to my port side. I just saw some shots going out. It's a pair of 109s up there. The escorts are doing their job and keeping them off our backs. It's not far to go to target now. I can see the airfield up by that small river. So let's switch into the Bombsight and use visual mode to acquire the target. There's the river and there's the airfield, and I'm going to aim for the bottom left corner of it because I think there are some planes parked up. This marker here at 30 degrees represents the angle to the ground that we need to release the bombs at based on the current settings. And as we change these settings, that angle to the ground will change. So we're at 3.1 thousand meters altitude. You can see that angle has gone to about 12.5 degrees now. Airspeed 350 kilometers an hour. There it is, it's moved back up to 39 degrees. So that'll keep moving as we change these settings. I'll set the wind speed to 10 meters per second, and it's coming from a bearing of 190 degrees, roughly. And we're traveling at about 240 degrees. So that means the wind is coming from our left by about 50 degrees. Got the bomb release time interval on 0.25 seconds. All 4 bombs to go out in series. Now we are approaching the target, getting closer. Let's just check. This marker here represents the angle to the ground that we're currently looking at. So if we align it with the bomb angle and then go to bomb mode, we can see that the bombs will drop to the right. probably to the right of that 0 that we can see on the bomb site. So that just means when I'm in visual mode, I need to be to the left of my intended target point in order to hit the target. It's about right now. I can see some planes rendering in on the airfield there now. Maybe a little bit to the right. The wind is going to push us to the right a little bit more. We're getting very close now, so let's switch into the bomb sight mode, which shows us exactly where the bombs will drop based on the settings we've chosen. And here we are, we're coming up to target. Bombs are out in 3, 2, 1. There they go. Let's follow them down and see how I did. Dropped a little bit too long, but nevertheless managed to wreck 3 Heinkels and a bunch of supply trucks that were parked there as well. Let's have a look at it from the ground view. And there's the results. I'm pretty happy with that. Just missed one of the Heinkels there. If we'd have dropped just a tiny fraction sooner, would have caught that one as well. But I'm going to say that's not a bad effort from 3,000 meters up, given the margins for error when setting up the bomb site. This plane can also dive bomb, and probably for this kind of target where there are multiple assets in different locations, if the squadron had have split up and dive bombed different targets, that might have made more sense. And I'll have to try and give that a go sometime. I've done a 360-degree turn and leading the squadron back towards friendly airspace. I've dropped down to about 2,000 meters, heading on a bearing of 60 degrees. My rear gunner has just sprung into action and spotted a bandit. I'm going to weave a little bit just in case he's trying to get on my 6. I see the gunner is looking off to the left side. I think the escort fighters have picked up the bandit, so we're okay to proceed. As I look up there, I can see shots going out. So there are at least 3 escorts trying to take that bandit down. Good luck to them. The Pe-2 has a couple of rear-facing turrets, one on top of the plane and one underneath it. I've just dropped into the turret under the plane to have a look around, but I can't see any dangers here. It looks like all of the bombers are safe and forming up as we egress. Just about to pass over the front line back into friendly territory. It's been a really clear run for us. Usually we get bounced by a flight of 109s, but the escorts have done really well today. The 6 looks clear. The rear gunner looks pretty happy as well. He's relaxing there. So from here we can turn towards Fedorovka and back to base. we've got Fedorovka to our 1230 position. I've dropped altitude to 300 meters. And the rest of the bombers are in formation behind me. Just waiting for clearance from Fedorovka to come into land. As we get landing clearance, the rest of the planes in the formation break away to prepare for landing. And just watch the planes on the right hand side there. Two of them go into a vertical climb for reasons I do not know. They manage to collide with each other. And then the other two planes on the right there go nose first down into the ground and crash. Again, for reasons I cannot explain. The two planes that went vertical have collided and are coming down to crash now as well. There they go. What a terrible end to an otherwise near perfect mission. No idea what's happened there, but probably some issues with the AI. Time for me to land. My approach looks good. This will be my first time landing an undamaged Pe-2. Gone for a front wheel landing, a couple of bounces, but now I'm down, taking off the speed, and bringing the back wheel down slowly. And that's a pretty good landing, quite happy with that. Haven't mastered the art of a 3-point landing with this plane yet. Not a single scratch on the plane this mission. That's probably a first and probably a last as well. Very unusual not to get wrecked by 109s on these missions. Mission accomplished. My bombs were credited with destroying one of those Heinkel 111s that was parked up on the airfield. And here's the confirmation of the outcome for the squadron as a whole. 3 parked aircraft destroyed, 4 supply trucks and 1 searchlight as well. But what a terrible ending. 4 planes lost. There are 3 crew in each plane, so that's 12 men down. Unbelievable. Thanks for watching. See you next time.